Statistics is the way that we describe data. So the main ways that we found to describe data so far are through the mean, median, mode, and range. So the mean, also known as the average, is when we, sorry, I had to move this thing over to make more space, is when we add all of the numbers we have and then divide by how many numbers we have. And this kind of helps us to find the number in the middle, but also considering the lower numbers and the higher numbers in the data set. The median is the middle number, and this is the middle number without considering the other numbers like you do in the average. So the median is just the physical number that is in the middle. The mode is the number that you see the most, or the most popular number. Let's say you have a data set that looks like this. 8 is the mode. It's the number that you see the most, the number that is the most popular. And last we have range. Range is when you subtract the smallest number from the largest number. Wait, hold on, let me change the ending on that. And this lets us know how far our data is spread across. So let's say in one classroom I have an 18-year-old and then everyone else is 19. The range of this classroom would be 19 minus 18, which is just 1. So there's only 1 year of difference between the youngest student and the oldest student. Whereas, let's say we have another classroom where the youngest student is 16, I have a 17-year-old, an 18-year-old, a 19-year-old, a 20-year-old. The range of this data is now going to be 20 through 16. I have 4 years between the youngest student and the oldest student. So that's a lot different than just having 1 year. That's why the range is important. It lets us know how far the data is spread from the largest to the smallest number. So knowing all of these things, let's try to answer these questions here. So we have this question here. It says, the data of horses who ran 64 races against each other in a year. So here we have a column that talks about the number of the horse, the name of the horse, the height of the horse in hands, I guess that's human hands, and then we have the weight of the horses, the age of the horses, the sex of the horses, I guess these are veterinary terms, the color of the horses, and the number of races won out of the 64 races. So notice how I looked at my table and tried to understand the data before I even answered the questions, right? Good, now I know what the table is talking about. I understand the data that's being presented. Let's read the question. Number 1 says, find the mean, mode, range, and median of the height of the horses. So they're talking about the height of the horses. I need to find the column that talks about the height, which is right here, and I'm going to use this data to find the mean, mode, range, and median. Okay, so the first step that we always want to do when we are doing statistics problems is order the data. So I'm going to put the data from the smallest to the largest. And make sure you have a system of checking your data off as you transpose it into your list, because you don't want to put the same number twice. So notice my system and try to replicate it in your own work. I'm going to start with the lowest number, which is here, 14.11. The next number, which is going to be just 15, I have two of those, so I put down two 15s. Next, I have 15.1 right here. Then I have 15.2, 15.2, so that's two 15.2s. Oops. 15.2, 15.2. Okay, and then I have 15.4, 15.4, that's two 15.4s. Oops. Okay, and then I have 15.6, 15.6, and then I have 15.7, 15.8. Okay, and last, oh, see, this is why I have this system. I missed one of these 15.7s here. So let me just go back, erase this 15.8, put in another 15.7. And then I have 17. So now I need to check my work. I need to make sure that I have the right number of data down here and the right number of data up here. So up here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 pieces of data. Down here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so I got all the pieces of data. Everything's in order. We're ready to go. So let me erase this so it's a little easier to read. Okay. Okay, let's continue. So now I need to find the mean. Okay. I don't really have too much space, so I'm going to do the mean. I'll do it under this one, but just know I'm still answering the first question, okay? So the mean is going to be add all the numbers and then divide by how many numbers you have. So let's add all these numbers together. I'm going to add 14.11 plus 15 plus 15 plus 15.1, so on and so forth. I'm going to put my total right here. And I get 200.21. I need to divide that number by how many numbers I had. Remember I counted, I had 13 pieces of data. Now I do the division, and what do I get here? $15.4. So my mean here is going to be 15.4. It says it over here. We're good. Oh, wait, no. It says the mean right here. Okay, but it's still right. So now we did the mean. Let's do the mode. Remember, the mode is the number that comes up the most. The mode is the number that comes up the most. So let's just look at our data. Which number comes up the most? Let's see, I have two 15s, okay, so maybe that one. I have two 15.2s, okay, so maybe that one. And then I have two 15.4s, and then two 15.7s. Okay, so I have a lot of modes. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 modes, okay. You can have more than one mode, remember? You can have more than one popular person in the school, right? You can have more than one mode. So we're finished with mode. Let's do range. Range is the largest number minus the smallest number. So since we ordered our data, this is super easy. We just do 17 minus 14.11, and we get 2.89 for our range, okay? And then the median is the middle number. Again, we ordered our data, so median is very easy for us to find. We just cross off, take one off each side, go through all the data. and we get 15.4. And that's how you find the statistics of a data. Let's try this one. It says, see which one will have the greatest decrease. So remember, we learned about median, mean, mode, and range to describe data. And now we're learning about a new way to describe data, which is where we compare data. So now we're going to find the descriptive data of the old set and compare it with the descriptive data of the new set. So this is our second thing that we learned. So it says, see which one will have the greatest decrease. We have the mean, median, mode, or range. By now we know how to find those easy. So let's take this set of data that they give us here, and we will put it in order. So the lowest is 13. Then we have 20, 22, 24, 24, and 31. So let's find the mean. Remember, we do add all the numbers, then divide by how many numbers we have. So let's add all these numbers together. We will get 134. Then we divide that by how many numbers we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers. Our mean is 22.33. So let's put that over here, 22.33. Let's find the median. So remember the median. We take one off each side to find the number in the middle. So we have two numbers in the middle here. So we're going to find the average of those two numbers. We get 23. Our median here is 23. The mode is the number that comes up the most. We have 24 here, 24 here. Every other number is just one time. Our mode is 24. And then the range is the largest number minus the smallest number. Our largest number here is 31 minus the smallest number, which is 13, and we get 18. Okay, so this was for the old set of data. These are the descriptive statistics for the old set of data. Now they want us to compare to the new set of data if we take out 24 from the set of data. So now we have 13, 20, 22, 24, and 31. So remember, the first thing we always do is order the data. Here the data is already in order, so I'm just going to rewrite it here where it says new. Okay. So now I need to find the mean, median, mode, and range. So the mean here will be the sum of all the numbers divided by how many numbers you have. So let's find the sum. We get 110 divided by how many numbers we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers. We get 22. So our mean here is, let's use a different color, 22. Let's find the median. Remember, the median is the number in the middle. So we take one off each side till we get to the number in the middle, which is 22. The mode is the number that comes up the most. If every number comes up the same amount of time, like here, there's only one type of each number, there is no mode. So we write that. We just write no mode. The range is the largest minus the smallest. The largest number here is 31. The smallest number here is 13. So the range is 18. So now we want to find which one will have the greatest decrease. So the greatest means we will be finding the decrease between the old and the new multiple times because we're trying to compare the decrease across the different types of data. So first, this kind of organizer here tells you exactly what to do. It's really easy, just follow it. We want to find the decrease from the new mean minus the old mean. So the new mean here is 22 minus the old mean, which is 22.33. So the change is going to be minus 0.33. We want to find the decrease from the old median to the new median. So we do new median minus old median. We do 22 minus the old median, which is 23. So the median went down 1. Then we want to find the new mode minus the old mode. So the new mode is going to be, well, we can't really do this one because this one isn't a number, it's no mode. So ignore that one. And then the last piece, we want to find the decrease in the range. So we go new range minus the old range. So we do 18 minus 18 equals 0. And this is how you compare data. You do the new minus the old to find the greatest decrease. Let's do one final problem. So here it says, find the value of x in each of the following sets of observations. So here we have these numbers, and they tell us the mean is 61. Okay, that's easy. We know that mean is when you add all the numbers and then divide by how many numbers. Oops. So let's add all these numbers together. We have, I don't really have enough room. I'm going to erase this. We have 61 is the mean equals 45 plus 62 plus 72 plus x plus 59 plus 62 divided by how many numbers we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers, okay? So now we solve. We put this one over 1, we do 6 here, 1 here, and we get 366 equals 300 plus x. Now this is just a simple equation. We just do a simple equation. We get x equals 66. So now we know that x is 66. In the next one here, it's the same type of problem. They just give us a different mean. And we're just going to find a different value for x. And then the same thing here. Let's look at number 2. It says, given that the mean for the numbers 3, x, 8, and 5 is 10, find the value of x. Okay, so this is the same as the ones above. They just say it in a weird way. They say, given that the mean, so if they say, given that the, and then we have all this information here, where they say is 10, they're saying the mean is 10. So here they're trying to play with language, but don't get confused. You're smarter than them. So now you know the mean is 10. And then now they tell you that this is all the data. Okay, so that's how you read that one. It's going to be solved in the same way as the one up top. Let's look at number 3. Given that the mean of the numbers, so remember they say given that the mean and then they wait until putting the is at the end. So the mean is 4. Don't let that confuse you. And then this here in the middle is the data. And then you're going to solve it the same way you solve the one at the top. On the last one they say the mean of the set of numbers here is the data, and then they say is given as 5, so the mean is 5. And in this one, oh, they put another variable in here. So you're going to solve it the same way you did up here, but I'm going to show you this one just because it's a little trickier, okay? So we know that the mean is 5, and this is the data, so let's put that into our equation. The mean is 5, and then the data is going to be 6 plus 3 plus x plus 4 plus 3 plus 5 plus y, all over the number of pieces of data. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces of data. So I solve now. We get 35, hold on, that doesn't really look like a 35. We get 35 equals x plus y. And then we add the rest of the constants together. 6 plus 3 is 9, plus 4 is 13, plus 3 is 16. So now we want to solve for x and y. So I get x and y by itself by subtracting 16 on each side. Sorry, there's no room down here. And I get x plus y equals 14. Oh wait, I forgot about this little 5 here. This is going to be x. This is going to be plus 21. I subtract 21 from both sides, and I get x plus y equals 14. There we go.